Our presentation today is about innatism. In philosophy and psychology, an innate idea is knowledge or a concept that is considered universal to all humanity. It is something people are born with rather than something learned through experience. In this presentation, we will give an overview of how innatism developed with examples of scientific research that were inspired by it. So let's start with its history. In ancient Greece, Plato believed that if there are certain concepts that we hold awareness of but did not derive from experience, then they are the result of an innate knowledge and that this knowledge must have been acquired before birth. This idea is highlighted in Plato's Meno, where Socrates asks a slave boy about a geometry problem. And although the boy had no past knowledge or experience with geometry, he did answer correctly. Plato rationalized that this was because Socrates' questioning triggered the innate knowledge of mathematics that the boy acquired from birth.
Later on, René Descartes compared innate knowledge to an inborn liability to some diseases. He argued that if there is a liability, certain events or lifestyle have a higher chance of triggering those diseases. However, it's not guaranteed that the diseases will be triggered. It's also possible that some events, such as age or puberty, will make it impossible to trigger those diseases. Okay, but how does it relate to innate knowledge? According to Descartes, innate knowledge is something people are born with, but might be unaware of it until some events reveal that knowledge. Moreover, just like with diseases, some knowledge might remain hidden for the whole lifespan of a person, simply because no triggering event took place.
Then, somewhere around 1700s, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz shared his opinion. He argued that we are born with certain innate ideas and devoted specific attention to mathematical truisms. For example, according to him, the idea that 1 plus 1 equals 2 is pretty much evident to everyone without a need to provide empirical evidence. Leibniz claims that empiricism can show that some concepts are true only on particular examples. If we see one apple and then another apple, in that particular case we can make a conclusion that 1 plus 1 equals 2 apples. However, in order to generalize it and understand that 1 plus 1 is always 2, we need an innate idea, which is why Leibniz called concepts as mathematical truisms necessary truths. Some ideas that are acknowledged as true ideas, but they are not assessed to by everyone. Leibniz recounts that it's so simply because a person has not become aware of that idea, and not because they not have it. In those cases, empirical evidence can help a person to reveal such ideas, just like the first notes make us recall the whole melody.
Innatism was inspirational to many scientific research. In the book Human Universals, Donald Brown defined a list of universal concepts that occur in all cultures without known exceptions. These include concepts such as units of time, color terms, gender roles, marriage, and proverbs. Also, innatism found its application in psychology. There were a lot of theories about motivation. William James was the first to promote the theory that motivation has a biological basis. It states that drivers of our motivation and behavior are innate instincts, namely fear, love, anger, shame, and cleanliness. It means that all our everyday actions are influenced by our innate desire to survive, which is universal for all people.
Locke was the main critic of the innatism theory. He stated that humans come into the world with a blank mind. The mind is tabula rasa, or blank slate, and all knowledge comes from experience. Even the a priori knowledge is just a forgotten knowledge that is mistaken to be innate. Also, innatists argue that there are ideas which all humanity agrees upon. Therefore, they are innate. But the fact that people universally agree on something doesn't prove the innateness of these ideas. It is possible that they were invented independently to solve common practical problems.
In conclusion, we want to say that there are still many disputes around the innatism theory. Even with all the latest technological advancements, humanity is still unable to prove or refute many philosophical ideas. However, this fact must not prevent us from making every effort to find the truth. Thank you for your attention.